Hey Cabrini, the PE skill this week is trick tosses and catches with a Frisbee. A lot of you know that I really like Frisbees. A lot of times I'll start the year, if the weather is nice, with a Frisbee unit. I really like everything from the $1 million throw where you try to throw it across the gym into a net, or the ultimate Frisbee golf, can jam, any of those like games that involve a Frisbee. Now, obviously, in the situation we're in, it's tough to do those games, and it's a lot of you may or may not have somebody to play catch with a Frisbee with, throwing it back and forth. So I try to come up with something that you could do individually. I came across a guy named Frisbee Rob. If you look him up on YouTube, there's a ton of videos. He has a bunch of world records for like the longest self toss and catch. It's pretty crazy. And I also kind of found the world of freestyle Frisbee, which I'm super into. Some of the videos are really cool. I actually bought a Frisbee that's designed for some of those tricks, but it's not coming, I guess, until Friday. So maybe I can post something when it comes up if I learn some of those tricks. But so for today, you just need any old Frisbee. I actually I have a bunch laying around, but I was at the dollar store a couple days ago, and I purchased one. This is the one I used in the video. It was $1. So if you don't have one and you don't want to use like a lid to something, if you're comfortable making a trip out, or parents are making a trip out to the dollar store, you can buy a Frisbee for $1. So, but like I said, anything will work for today. And I really waited until I could do it outside. You could do it inside. It's probably easier inside because you don't have wind. It took me a while yesterday to record them all because I had to adjust for the wind, and my daughter was running around, which you'll see. But and then I realized this morning I could not think of a level that I was missing, and I just couldn't think of it, so I was going to go without it. And then I woke up this morning and I remembered what it was, so I added that in. So you'll notice it's level 5. You'll notice scenery change a little bit, and I had a quick shoot it this morning in between raindrops. So there's that. So you can use anything, a circle out of cardboard if it's heavy enough, a lid to something. Just be careful if you're doing it inside. Make sure you have enough space. All right, well, good luck. Enjoy. All right, level 1 is just a very simple, just like all the other skills we've done so far. It's very simple. It's just a simple toss and catch. Now, if you're doing it outside and it's a little windy, try to keep it a little low. Don't go much higher than your head. If you are doing it inside, or it's a calm day, you might be able to go a little higher. But you're just gonna start right hand toss, right hand catch, left hand toss, left hand catch, and then right hand toss, left hand catch, left hand toss, right hand catch. You'll see that all the different levels have that same pattern. I start with my right hand because I'm right-handed. If you find it's easier left-handed, start with your left hand. But you go toss and catch with the same hand, then toss and catch with the other hand, then toss with one hand, catch with the other hand, and then back and forth. So those are just 4 different patterns with each level. So level 1, just a toss and a catch. Okay, level 2 is still the same pattern of tossing and catching, but the toss is going to go from under your leg. So for example, the first one, if you're going to start with your right hand, is going to be a toss under your right leg with your right hand, and then you just catch it. So you kind of have to lift your leg up, quick toss it underneath, and then catch it. You'll notice if you get a little bit of spin on it, it's going to keep it straight. So I always try to flick my wrist a little bit so it puts a little extra spin. But a toss under the leg and catch under the leg. Remember, right to right, left to left, right to left, left to right. Okay, level 3 is just the opposite of level 2, whereas instead of tossing it under your leg, you're going to catch it under your leg. So you're going to toss it above your waist or kind of at your waist height, and then catch it with your arm under your leg. So this is a little trickier. This might be where some of you kind of end your skill. Maybe not. Just keep practicing until you get good. I'm obviously a lot better tossing with my right than with my left, and I actually think some of these, as you get more difficult, it's easier to catch with your other hand. So it's easier for me to toss with my right and catch with my left, rather than right to right. But that's kind of the pattern we're following. Just a reminder: right to right, left to left, right to left, left to right.
Not that much. We do it again at accident.
You think so?
Maybe in the future, I don't know.
Level 4 is really starting to get into a difficult part of the skill, and that is a toss, and then you catch it behind your back. This was originally level 5, but as you'll see when you get to level 5, there's something that, in my opinion, is a little trickier. Maybe for you it won't be. So level 4 and 5 are kind of interchangeable, but level 4 is you toss from in front of your body and then you catch behind your body, and that might end up being a little bit of a twist in there, not technically all the way behind your body, but it's a little tricky, again, especially if it's windy. The Frisbee moves all over the place. It's tough to get it to that hand behind your back. Try to do it without hitting without the Frisbee hitting your body first, but if you can't, if you do catch it that way, that's fine too. I think a couple times I caught it that way. I don't know if I used those in the video or not, but yeah, it's a challenge, and just keep working at it. If you get frustrated, you can always go back to level 3 or just take a break. But it is a toss from in front of your body and then catch behind your back. There's a little bonus one, which the kind of video that I took pieces from Frisbee Rob, he kind of makes it sound like it's more challenging, but I think if you toss it straight up and you catch it both hands behind your back, it's a little easier, but it breaks our pattern. So I included it as a little bit of a bonus, but you don't have to do that one, and actually I think it's a little easier, so you might want to start there, and then you can move to the actual level. You can also get it to land on your back if you can get your back flat, which is pretty neat too. Level 5 was originally level 4 when I was writing this down, but then after trying it out, and I do it this morning because this is the one I forgot, but it's definitely the most challenging, so I moved it to level 5. If it's windy at all, it's really a challenge, and if you need a certain level of flexibility in your shoulders to get the Frisbee to clear your back as it comes over your head. So many attempts just hit me in the back and fell. Obviously I edited it again, so it's not like the full length of time. It's not like I went out there and did 4 in a row and called it a day. So you're gonna have to work on it. Just because you don't get it on the first couple or the first time you go out and try it doesn't mean you won't ever get it. You just have to keep practicing, and you'll get there if you want to. If you get stuck, just go back down to level 4 or 3 or whatever and have a good time with it, and then work your way back up later.